welcome to episode 28 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. You can find all of the links to my various social media platforms in the description box below. I am the most active on Instagram, so be sure to check me out over on there if you haven't already. I also have show notes available for this episode on my blog, which will also be linked down below. So if you have any other questions about anything I talk about today, be sure to check out those show notes, and then if you still can't get your answer there, then please do ask in the comments below or message me on another social media platform because I want to make sure that your question gets answered. So I have a little bit of a shorter episode, I think, ahead for you today. I am kind of working on the same projects that I was last week, but I made really good progress. I have a really big dramatic saga to tell you about one specific project. So let's go ahead and jump in with my finished object. Alrighty, so I have one finished object to talk with you guys today about, and that is this adorable beanie. Oh my goodness. I shared this on my Instagram feed a couple of days ago, and it is just so cute. This is the Snow Day toque or toque. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that word, but it is just a beanie. It is by Lily Knits, and you can find it free on her blog. So I have included a link for that in the show notes if you want to check that out. But it is a super quick, bulky weight beanie. I absolutely love it. I used Knit Picks Big O, which, let me see if I have, yeah. So this is not the color that I used, but this is Knit Picks Big O. I love this yarn so much. You'll be hearing more about it later because it has quickly become my absolute favorite bulky weight. It is just so fun to work with, so soft, so squishy. I love the spin. I love it so much. But anyway, so I used Knit Picks Big O. I used one skein, and I got this entire beanie. I have a little bit left over, but like just a little bit. I mean, it would have been enough for maybe like 2 more rows. It was a very small amount. And this is the color Magnolia Heather, I believe. So it is like the most beautiful kind of, I don't know. It's like a muted lavender, I think. It's very matte. That's kind of the word I was thinking of. So it's not really heathered. It's like, I don't know. I guess it is called Magnolia Heather, right? So maybe it's heathered a little bit. I guess it is. But anyway, it's absolutely beautiful. I love this color so much. I added the most fun little additions. I made this faux fur pom-pom myself. I just cut a piece of faux fur into a circle and put some stuffing into it and seamed it up and then sewed it to the beanie. Which worked out perfectly. I mean, it's very secure. I love it. It's perfect. And then I added one of these cute little tags from Knit Picks. It says handmade on it, and it is just the sweetest little addition. I have a video on my IGTV about those tags and some other little cute things from Knit Picks. So be sure to check that out if you would like. I will include a link to that in the description box below. But yeah, really love this hat. It is going to be a Christmas gift. I am debating between 2 different people, and I haven't quite decided who to give it to yet because I know that they would both love it so much. So I'm still trying to figure that out, but either way, it's done. It's beautiful. One modification that I did make that I want you guys to note because it did change a little bit. So I followed the pattern to a T, except I added 1 extra repeat. So you do the ribbing, then you go into the body, and the body is like I'm trying to remember now, like 6-row repeat, I think. I can picture the rows, but she doesn't have it like rounds 1 through 6 to do this. So I'm not entirely sure how many rows the repeat is, but my point is I did 1 whole extra repeat. So if you follow the pattern, it's super simple to realize that. She says repeat it, I think, 2 more times, and I did it 3 more times because I wanted it to be a little bit slouchy. And I think it turned out so stinking cute. I love it. I would love it for myself. I definitely want to make myself one. So yeah. Yep, love this little beanie, and I'm really glad that it's done. It was such a satisfying quick knit. It took like a couple weeks to finish, but really I worked on it for like 3 days, maybe just 2 days. I think it was actually just 2 days because I was just working on so many other things that I started it, was going great, but then it got put to the wayside because it wasn't like urgent that I finish it, and I had to work on other things. So now my hair is all messed up. But anyway, so that is this beanie. Love it so much. And that is my only finished object. So now let's go ahead and talk about 2 works in progress. Okay, so this is honestly a little bit hard to do because I have 2 works in progress to show you, but really I'm working on 3 things and I want to show you the 3rd one so bad because I have put so much of my time into it and I can't like show you guys that. But yeah, I can't show it. It's a secret. So you'll see more about that at the very, very beginning of December. And I really can't wait to show it to you guys. But again, it's a secret, so I can't. So I'm going to start off by talking about my Nook pullover because that is the project that has gone perfectly this week. No sarcasm there. It really has gone so well. I'm storing this in a bag that I made that has cute little foxes on it. I love this thing so much. I'm really hoping to have time to make myself some more project bags over Christmas break. But we'll see. My like Christmas break dream plan to-do list is growing more and more, literally by the hour. Like, yeah. It's a little bit ridiculous how excited I am for it, and I'm really hoping that I have time to do everything on what to do. I think it's going to be over, like, in a blink of an eye, but it's okay. So, this is my Nook pullover. This is a test for Bella of Bella's Custom Crochets. I've been working on it for quite a few weeks now. However, the deadline is approaching, and if my plan happens, which I have not been super successful at my plans the past few days, but in terms of knitting and crocheting, I'll talk more about that later. But anyway, if my plan happens, this will actually be the last time that you guys see this before it is done. That's my plan. And then I won't show it completely finished until the pattern is released at the beginning. Or I actually don't think she has a definite release date for this yet. I haven't watched her latest podcast episode, so I need to do that. And she might have said something about it. But anyways, if my plan goes accordingly, this will be the last time that I share this as a work in progress on the podcast. But I have made some really steady progress this week, and I am so in love with this sweater. So, I believe last week I had the body completely done, which is still done, of course. And I had the goal, my words are getting all jumbled, I had the goal to crochet one of the sleeves this week, and I did that, and I am so happy that I accomplished that goal. I finished the ribbing on this sleeve this morning, so I barely met it, but I met it, and I'm so happy I did. So you'll notice that I did switch colors here at the bottom of the sleeve. So I think I talked about in one of my previous episodes how I was really concerned on if I was going to run out of yarn. I totally did. I still have this much left, but this is what I'm going to use to do the same amount that I did on this sleeve on the second sleeve, so that, by golly, it will be symmetrical because I can't handle things not being symmetric in crochet sweaters. Like, that would bother me so much. Unless it was, like, supposed to be that way, but this really isn't even supposed to be 2 colors, so anyways. I love this. So, I did switch. It worked out perfectly. I did the entire decrease section, so you can see how it kind of goes in, like, at an angle. So, I was decreasing this entire time, and then I switched to the white, and that just happened to be where I had to stop the decreases and proceed into the plain half double crochet and then the ribbing. So I'm actually really grateful that it turned out that way, just because it's going to be so easy for me to remember for the second sleeve. It was just kind of a blessing in disguise that it happened that way, but I really like the ribbing. I do like the ribbing. I really like the white contrast. I had a few different options, and I was kind of chatting with a couple people in the testing group chat on Instagram, trying to get other people's advice because I couldn't make up my mind, and all of them voted for this white, and I'm so glad because it really is the perfect solution. I'll admit that I'm a little bit nervous of having cuffs in white yarn, because that's not the wisest decision for me, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. I love it. It's gonna work out well. Literally all I can think of though is when I was like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around that age, I had a pink jacket, and I wore that pink jacket so much. I wore it to school. I wore it to dance as like a cover-up thing. And I just remember the cuffs of that jacket, because it was light pink, being so dirty, and my mom was like annoyed by it, and I would keep getting them dirty. So that's literally all I think about when I think of white sleeves and like light colored cuffs. But I'm 18 years old now. That was like 10 years ago. So hopefully I can keep these cuffs white. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, really like it. So I just have the second sleeve to do, and then the body ribbing. Traditionally, you would do the ribbing first before seaming, but I decided not to do that because I wanted to evaluate how much yarn I had left. And now I know that I'm going to use the white for the ribbing, and so I can do that anytime. And I'm going to do this split hem, so I'm not even going to seam it to begin with, so it's really okay. So yeah, really love this. It's super cute and oversized and boxy, and it's so cozy. I really, really enjoy it. I've enjoyed working on it. I can't wait to work on it more. Yeah, I love it. So I am using Knit Picks or We Crochet Static in the colorway Peachy. It's a super bright yellowish, pinkish, grayish, whitish, variegated color, and I think it's so fun. It's crazy how different Static looks when it's crocheting. I love it. It's crazy, but I love it. So that is that project. Again, that will hopefully be the last time that you see that before a brand new video comes out announcing the release, and then it's finished. So that is my goal for that project. We'll see if that happens. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the bag like a responsible maker and a responsible young adult, and clean up after myself. Anyways, so that is that project. The second project, oh my goodness, are you guys ready for this? Oh guys, okay. The All of the Lights quoting in. My sample knit that I have talked about for so stinking many weeks now. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to know how many podcast episodes in a row I have talked about this quote again. But yeah, I'm kind of at the point now where even though I have enjoyed working on it and it's been, an amazing opportunity, an amazing learning experience, I'm ready for it to be done. I honestly am. I can't deny that. I'm ready for it to be done, but it will be. I am working so hard on it. I have put hours and hours and hours and hours of time into it, and it's growing. It's getting there. So here is the crazy, frustrating thing that happened this week. So last week I had one sleeve finished, I believe. I am still working on the second sleeve. I had a few other commitments that I absolutely had to get done this week. So this was put a little bit on the back burner. But I have still made good progress on the second sleeve. I'm hoping to actually get this done this afternoon. Because the other thing that I was working on, which was a huge design, is now done, which is amazing. So I'm hoping to really focus on this now. But anyways, so that's my progress on the second sleeve. Now, before I was going to pick up the second sleeve, I was going to do both pockets so that when I finish the sleeve, it would be completely done. And I enjoy making the sleeve, and so it's kind of like the easiest part in my opinion. So I thought I was just going to enjoy it more. If I knew that when I was done with it, I was going to be done. Well, I went to pick up the pockets on this cardigan, and I realized that I had made a huge mistake. So I'm going to try to kind of, say my mistake in the simplest terms, but here's what happened. So in the instructions, Ho-Hee, who is the designer of this beautiful cardigan, gives you instructions for how to create the pockets. It's this little paragraph, and there's like 4 sentences, maybe just 3, and it's like, you knit this section, put these stitches on hold, knit this section, this will be the back of the pockets. So I saw that paragraph, and I followed every sentence except one. There was one sentence in the middle of the paragraph that I completely missed, And so instead of like reviewing the pattern and making sure I had done it right, I proceeded with my gut instinct of what I should have done, and I was wrong. And so basically the situation that I am in is I have my pocket right here where there's obviously a hole, but there's no stitches for me to pick up. There were supposed to be like 27 stitches or something like on hold right here, and there's none. There's 6 like right here on this safety pin, because that is actually more like 8, I think. Yeah, it's 8. But anyway, those are for the like pocket edging, but I'm supposed to have 20 other stitches, and it's supposed to be the back of the pocket, and I just flat out don't have them. I did, like my original thought was to like kind of fudge it, and pick up stitches like where I could, but I can't do that. Not for a project like this, not when it's a sample knit, and it's not even round. Like, so, okay. Right here is where, let me see if I can show this. This is really difficult. Okay, right here is where you split and work the front section and the back section. You do 12 rows, which is what I did. I'm not really giving away too much here in the pattern. So I did the 12 rows, which is what I did. But I was supposed to put stitches on hold, and I didn't do that. Instead, I just casted these stitches on and like increased by 20 stitches. I mean, that's literally what I did. I just didn't realize it. And so like these, if I were to fold this and like eliminate it, it would be completely flat. Like it wouldn't matter if that was there or not, if that makes sense. So here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to whip back all the way till either 2 places. I'm actually not entirely sure. I'm hoping that I only have to whip back this far, and then I can just put these stitches on hold and then cast on stitches like I was supposed to, and then knit a few more repeats and do the ribbing. That is my like hope and plan. I am hoping that that is what I have to do. If not, my second resolution is to pick up before the pockets. So like I actually already tried a few days ago to insert my needle into all of these stitches. And so that's like my plan B. It's a mess. It's terrible. I was so angry at myself. Like, tears were shed. Not gonna lie. I was so mad because this project is just huge. And it's, I mean, even like one row of this body is like 10 minutes, guys. And I know that's not a crazy long time, but it is, it's so overwhelming. But I'm gonna figure out how. My concern right now is figuring out how to pick up the stitches in the same row with all of these crazy cables and lace. Yeah, that's what I'm most nervous about, honestly. And once I get there, like once I successfully whip back, I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna be able to finish it. But I'm nervous about actually picking up those stitches. So my plan right now is to finish the second sleeve today. That is my plan. So today, the day that I'm recording this is Sunday. I'm hoping to finish the first sleeve, or the second sleeve today. And then I'm going to sit down at our kitchen table. I have a big family, so we have a big kitchen table. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to lay the cornigan on it and like strategically put my needle in every single stitch and then rip it out. I'm going to lay it flat on a flat surface, hard surface, and I think that's like my best idea right now. And then I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to do the best that I possibly can, and it's going to be okay. It's fixable. I'm so incredibly grateful that I don't have to rip all the way back. I mean, can you even imagine? I don't even want to imagine that. So it's going to be okay. It's really frustrating because my goal was to have it done by Thanksgiving. That is definitely not going to happen. But my new self-imposed goal is December 1st. And that, I think, is a more likely possibility. I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to make that progress today. And it's going to be fixed. So if you have, like, any good vibes, or if you want to just, like, say a little prayer, say, Jesus, can you just help Amy Kate finish that cardigan? It would be very much appreciated. And let me know in the comments below, because I just have to get this thing done. I just have to get it done. Oh my goodness. But yeah, It's beautiful. I love it. I've loved working with the yarn, but I am ready to move on to another project. Officially at that stage, but I am going to finish strong. I'm going to finish correctly. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to make it as long as Addison wants. And yeah, it's going to get done. By the way, this is Addison Ruby and Rose's yarn. Yarn. That one was not well said, but I'm using her yarn for this. This is her velvet colorway. It's beautiful. It's getting there. It will be done. It will be done. It will be beautiful. It will be amazing. And I'm not going to knit that pattern again for years. Years, guys. I kind of had the anticipation to like start another one, you know, not immediately after, but kind of soon after, because I really want to make another one eventually. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very long time before I knit that cardigan again. I need like a 10-year break, and then we can talk. Just kidding. It might not be that long, or it might be. I don't know. But the point is, it's going to get done. It's going to be beautiful, and that is that. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a devotional in just a second, because I am actually not going to talk about any designs this week. I finished the blanket that I was working on last week, and it is releasing tomorrow. Oh my goodness. So excited. So when you're seeing this, it'll be releasing tomorrow. For me, it's in a few days. But yeah, so happy that I was able to get that done yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about a little devotional. Alrighty guys, so for my devotional this week, I wanted to talk about gratitude. So this week is Thanksgiving week here in the US, and we kind of use this day to just be grateful and show our thanks, give thanks. And while that is so important, I am a firm believer in being grateful for everything year round, not just on that one day of the year. So I want to have a little bitty challenge for you. I want you to take a list or take a piece of paper, whatever the case may be, and write down 10 things that you are grateful for. They can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, or as intimate as a date night, or waking up that morning, or something as powerful as that. So I've talked about this before, but I personally make gratitude lists every day, and it has been so completely life-changing, honestly, to really start my day writing out 10 things that I'm grateful for. Because once you start doing that, and once you start focusing on every little thing that you're grateful for, no matter how big or how small it is so encouraging, so impactful, and it really completely changes your mindset and the way that you approach problems and dilemmas. So take this cardigan, for example. This is actually a pretty good example. So I am not happy that I have to whip back, and that I made that big mistake, and that I just didn't read that sentence when I was first knitting it. But instead of being so heartbroken, for lack of a better phrase, that I have to do that and that mistake happened, I'm going to choose to be grateful that I don't have to whip all the way back, and that I can learn how to whip back in cables and in lace and fix that mistake, and then finish it and feel so good that it's done and that I did it correctly, and all of the good things that will come from that. So that's kind of like I don't know, relating back to my life, I guess, but I just want to encourage you to be grateful and to show thanks to everybody, to your family members, to God for everything that He's done in your life. And I just want to share that, how powerful that is with you. Gratitude is so, so, so powerful. So I hope that was encouraging for you, and that you are kind of empowered to start your own little gratitude journal or gratitude list, whatever the case may be. But I really love doing it, and so I hope that you start it as well. So a little bit of a life update. I have a break from school this week, and I am so excited, guys. So excited. So I'll be doing school on Monday and Tuesday, which, you know, for me, again, is tomorrow and the next day. But then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I should be off. Unless something crazy happens, I should be off. I will most likely be studying, like, income tax, probably. But other than that, that'll be all I am doing. And I'm I'm really, really excited about it. I have worked really hard for this break, honestly, and I'm very grateful that it has paid off and that I'll be able to have a few days to just completely focus on projects and Thanksgiving and things like that, kind of decorating for Christmas and those sort of things. I'm really excited about it. I had my last big math exam before the final, so we had a couple of assignments that we had to do before the actual final, and I got those done last week, which is amazing. I made a great score on that last final, and on that last exam, and I'm so happy about that. And now I just have to wait for my professor to open the final exam. That's something that I never really thought I would say. You know, I imagined I would be going to class and taking an exam in person, but the campus is actually completely closed from November, or from like Thanksgiving to Christmas. It's shut down. Students are not allowed, just because of, I think, students traveling, and just we don't want to risk bringing COVID, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, we're on the final stretch. As soon as Thanksgiving break is over, it will be finals week. There were 2 weeks of finals, and everything that goes along with that. My last final, I think, is December 14th, if I remember correctly. So after that, I will be completely done. I'll be on Christmas break. I'll be working on all of the special Christmas gift projects and new designs, and evaluating, you know, the next steps for my business in 2021 and all it's going to hold. So really, really excited. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving week and that you are able to visit family or do something to celebrate safely. I hope and pray that you have a great, great Thanksgiving holiday. If you are in Canada or another place in the world that does not celebrate Thanksgiving on the same day as us, I hope that you still have an amazing week and an amazing day, and that you are getting into the Christmas spirit per se. I am so excited to do that the day after Thanksgiving. That is when we kind of really switch gears, and I am really excited about that. So thank you so much for watching episode 28. Again, please be sure to follow me on all my other social media platforms linked below, and check out the show notes on my blog and subscribe over there. If you haven't already, I would love it for you to subscribe to my channel, and then don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can know each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so, so very much for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.